Hi everybody, my name is Michael Winward. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to share my dance practice with you, and I'm excited that we get to move together in this way. I am a dancer based here in Boston, and just a little bit about me and the approach that I take. I have a couple of different programs that I operate here in Boston. One is called Steps in Time. It's a ballroom dancing practice that serves mainly residents of assisted living and memory care communities. The other thing that I do is I produce a queer dance platform. Used to be a festival. We're now moving into more of an art service organization, and so I'm seeing what different LGBTQ plus movers and dance makers in the Boston area, New England, and beyond are in need of in order to further their practice and keep dialogue going about what would best serve their various arts practices. Welcome to my home. I'm so excited that I get to invite you in, and thank you for inviting me into your home. Just a little bit about what we're going to be offering through this series. So I'm going to be teaching 4 different classes in 4 specific social ballroom dance styles that I use regularly. They are waltz, swing, foxtrot, and hustle. And I also have the great honor of introducing you to 4 of my friends, all beautiful artists with very particular modalities that really inform my own, my arts practice and my ballroom dancing practice in really interesting and particular ways. I'm really excited to introduce them to you and that they get to dance in my home and in yours as well. Their names are Anne Fonte, Peter DeMuro, Lonnie Stanton, and Naue Suzuki, and you'll be getting to know them bit by bit as we go along. So with that, we're going to be kicking off this very first episode with a beautiful dance that I love teaching and practicing, and it's the waltz. So before we get to the waltz, I want to do a little bit of work from the chair. In fact, we're going to be talking a little bit about general posture, and a lot of the things that we talk about from a standing position, we can also address from a seated position. So that's how we're going to begin. If you, like I, some days have just kind of been hanging out here, the first thing I want to do is think about is to stack up the blocks of my vertical line in my body. And when I think about the blocks, I'm thinking of them in 4 parts. Think about the pelvis right here. I want the rib cage right on top, and then the shoulders on top of the ribs, and then I let my head float on top of that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from here, what I want to think about through my long, tall, vertical line, feet flat in front, when I activate my body in this way, I'm going to turn back to the camera, I can also start to move a subtle shift from one side to the other. The bones that you sit on are your sits bones, and so if we just shift from one to the other, right, what we're trying to do is find that not only are we accessing the middle axis of the body, but as we shift over, right now I'm on my left sits bone, so I am connected to my left side axis. I through the middle, now that's my middle axis. Then I shift over to the right sits bone, and I'm over my right side axis. So this is going to be important when we're working from a standing position as well. So from sits bone to sits bone, I call this cheek to cheek as well. I'll let you figure out why. And then the rhythm that we're going to be working with, it's the most even rhythm of all the ballroom dances that we're working on through this series. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to keep that rhythm in mind. Before we actually put our feet to that rhythm, I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that will help us as we're gliding across the floor as it were. So if you want to hold on to something, feel free. I'm just going to turn my chair so that it can assist me when I need it. The first thing I'm going to think about, if I apply what we just did sitting in the chair to a standing position, the first thing I'm going to think is a softness in the ankle, the knee, and the hip. So if I give you a side view of that, right, I'm thinking of all my blocks stacked up, my vertical line, and then I want to make sure that I'm not locked through the joints of my leg, but then again, through the hip, knee, and ankle, there's a softness. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is find a nice posture on top of soft legs. And right now, my middle axis is right between my feet. So this is where I find myself. And just like from the chair, if I shift over to my left side axis, I'm going to check in with my body weight over soft ankle, knee, and hip joint. So I check the body weight, I consciously shift through middle, soft joints of the legs, and I'm going to shift over to my right side, and then again I check in with the ankle, knee, and hip. So I feel my body position right through the middle of that foot. So you can do that with me if you like. You're just going to shift through the middle, find that center, shift over to the left, feel committed to that left side, and I'll just show you, don't move, don't go anyplace, but from a side view, right? My body has maintained its verticality as I'm doing this shift. So what you don't want to do, if I turn back here, you don't want to let this movement from side to side take you off kilter with your vertical line. It wants to remain vertical. So I'm really just shifting through the middle, over to the one side, checking in, ankle, knee, and hip. through middle. You can check in here too, ankle, knee, and hip. Over to the left side, check in on the ankle, knee, and hip. Now that's when moving side to side. In fact, we do the same sort of thing when we're moving forward and backward, and we're going to get into that now. And if you want to use a chair for support or anything that's nearby, feel free. But let's just say that I shifted my body weight over and I'm standing firmly planted over one leg. The movement of the waltz is going to very often begin with a forward or backward leg swing. So if I'm connected to this standing leg, then I'm really prepared to move my opposite leg. When I swing it from the hip. I just swung it forward, and I can also swing it back. So my foot brushes the floor as it goes forward, and it brushes the floor as it goes back. So this is a great exercise to prepare us for some of the very basic movements of the waltz, right? It's a strong forward step or backward step. And just to make sure that we even out, we're going to do the other side, right? So I can shift my weight gradually. Here I am standing firmly planted over my opposite leg, and I'm going to swing the one that's free. It brushes the floor as I go forward, and it brushes the floor as I go backward. So leg swing is one of the really important parts of dancing the waltz and other ballroom dances like the Viennese waltz, the foxtrot, the quick step. So this is one thing that we can practice to really get the initiation of the movement either forward or backward. Yeah? So that said, we're going to work on 4 basic steps, and I'm going to show you the first one first. Just so you know, I'm going to show everything as the leader, and then I'm going to show as the follower. So you're going to learn the whole routine as leader first, and then follower second. Feet first, then the arms. So if I'm beginning a waltz, I'm going to start with, oftentimes I start with a balance step. And when we do a balance step, you can take them forward and backward, or you can take them side to side. We'll do forward and backward first. As a leader, I'm going to be planted firmly on my right foot. My left foot is ready to swing. And what's going to happen is I swing forward into the forward step. I draw my legs together. I don't shift weight so that the right foot is free to go backward. I swing it backward into a backward step, and I close my feet together. When I add the rhythm to that, it looks like this. I step on 1, close on 2 and 3. Step on 1, close 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Forward, close, right foot, back and close. Left foot, forward, close, right foot, back and close. So we call it a forward and backward balance step. So that's the first step that we're going to learn. We also call steps figures. So you've just learned your first figure of the waltz. From there, if you're on the leader's foot, right, I went forward and back. In this routine, we're going to do this 4 measures, so you'll have done it twice through. That's going to leave the left foot free to do the next step, which is called a whisk. So we went from stepping on the 1 and closing on 2, 3. We're now going to step on every beat of the measure. It's going to look like this. Side step on 1. On 2, my other foot does a little pick up behind myself, and on 3, I come back down again. So we start to use what's called rise and fall through the body. Side step on 1. On 2, there's a little pick up, and on 3, we come down again. So that's the whisk. It looks and sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 2 measures, more, and then we'll move into the next step. So if I put those 2 figures together in the sequence we're doing, I'm going to also add my leader's frame, which I'll talk about in a second. Left foot begins, 1, 2, 3. Right foot, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and the whisk is next. We go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And at the end of each of these patterns, leader's going to have the left foot free to begin the next thing. And that thing, in this case, is going to be the box step. So once again, we're going to be stepping on every beat of the measure. So with the left foot free, the leader's going to take a strong step forward, and on the 2, 3 is going to go side and close the feet together. That's going to leave the right foot free to step strong step backward, and then on the 2, 3 we go side and close our feet together. So with a little more continuity, it looks like this. Left foot forward, side together, right foot back, side together, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We call it a box step because it draws a box shape on the floor. Once more, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Left foot front, side, close, right foot back, side, close. Now in this sequence that we're doing, that's going to bring us to the fourth and final figure, which is the side-to-side balance step. So when I take a side step, I'm going to go over the edge of my foot on 1, and on 2, 3, I close my feet together. I draw my legs together, and then I'm going to have this foot, the right foot's going to be free to do the same thing opposite side. Step on 1, and on 2, 3, we draw our feet together. A balance step is aptly named because what we're trying to do is make sure that we ourselves are balanced in order to then be balanced when dancing with a partner. And everything that we talked about from the chair and from the standing position about the vertical line and the posture, if that goes haywire in any way, it can really kind of impact what's going on with the person we're dancing with. So that's why we want to, as best we can, maintain that vertical line and find balance as we move from one foot to the other foot. So it's a side close and side close. Now, soon I'm going to be turning around so that you can practice this with me, and when we do, there are only going to be 3 of these side balance steps because on the 4th measure, guess what happens? We're going to be switching our frame from leaders to followers. Let's talk about that briefly before I show you the followers part. Our frame, or our top line, is it's functional as well as decorative. So what we're thinking about when we're holding a partner is we want our arms to be still, and that is what actually communicates the movement. If I'm leading, my left hand is up, and my right hand is on my partner's back. If I'm following, it kind of looks just the opposite of that, right? My left hand goes down to my partner's shoulder, and the right hand goes up to their hand, right? So if I'm from this angle, here's the leader's frame, and here's the follower's frame. But regardless of which side you're doing, which role that you're playing at the moment, the top line, elbow to elbow across your back, is important because that's going to help us communicate the movement to my partner, right? So when I'm thinking about holding my arms still, if we both agree to do that, then when we move, when the leader moves, it will be clearer to the follower than if we didn't have a frame that was energized and had some tone to it. So maybe one way you could practice that is if you take your fingers and interlock them like that, and then find a little tiny pull from elbow to elbow across your back. That sort of energy is what you want to maintain when dancing with a partner. And so if you practice this with the arms, you'll start to feel it in your arms. So just be aware of that. After we do 1, 2, and 3, on the 4th measure, we're going to be switching our arms, and we're going to do the entire routine we just learned as followers. I'm going to show you that from this angle. So the follower is always going to begin with the right foot first. The backward and forward balance step is going to be the same thing that we just showed for the leader, but the follower is doing it. So it's going to go back and close the feet, forward and close, and back and close, and forward and close. Step 2 is a whisk. We go side, back, rock, side, back, rock, side, back, rock, side, back, rock. And at this point, the follower's right foot is going to be free to take a strong step backward first into a box step. Back, side, close. That leaves the left foot free to go forward. Forward, side, close. Right foot backward, side, close. Left foot forward, side, close. And at that point, we're going to be at our 4th and final step. It's going to be the side-to-side balance step. We go to the side, and 2, and 3, and on 4, we're going to switch our arms and be able to repeat leader, follower, all day long or till the end of the song. So now that you have learned the leader's part and the follower's part, I'm going to invite you to dance it with me. We're going to do it a few times through with music, and I'm going to go from this angle so that you can follow along from home if you like. So we're going to play some music, have fun. See you soon. Let's try that one more time. Now that you've learned your 4 steps, you've learned your balance step forward and backward, you've learned a whisk, you've learned a box step, and you've learned a side-to-side balance step. We're going to complicate this, not too much, but just enough. So if I think about the way dancers on a social dance floor or even a competitive dance floor, when I see them waltz, one important part of what I see them doing is rotating as they dance. And actually, we can take our box step that we just learned, and we can apply that to the box step. We're going to do that right now. So, the way this works, let's say I was doing the leader's part and I start with my left foot forward and I go forward, side, close, and then the right foot goes backward, side, close. Well, now that your feet know that pattern, walk, side, close, and switch, walk, side, close. We're going to keep our feet doing that very same thing, but we're now going to rotate our body. And the way it's going to work is we're going to rotate 1/4 every measure. So, if I'm facing this direction, and I'm going to rotate toward my left in this case, by the end of measure 1, I face that way. Feel free to join me. By the end of measure 2, I'm facing that way. By end of measure 3, I face that way. And by the end of the measure 4, I'm back where I started. So, with my left foot free, here's how it works. You walk forward, and then on the side step, you turn 1/4. Your right foot is free to walk backward, and on the side step, I turn 1/4. And then I do that same entire thing all over again. Left foot goes forward, and on the side step, I turn 1/4. Right foot goes backward, and on the side step, I turn 1/4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. It's a little bit befuddling when you first see it because all of a sudden we have to coordinate rotation of the body with the placement of the feet. But the more you do it, actually the more it makes sense because this step is designed to turn. It adds momentum. It makes sense to add that characteristic body sway that we do when we waltz. But it is important first to learn where your feet go in the box pattern. If I was doing all of that as the follower, my right foot would be free. And the first thing I would do is step backward on the right, and then on the side together, I turn 1/4. I'm going to take my left foot forward, and on the side together, I turn 1/4. Right foot backward, and on the side together, turn 1/4. Left foot forward, and on side together, I turn 1/4. I'm going to dance the entire routine twice through. The first time I'm going to be the leader, and then the follower. And when I do, I am not going to rotate my box step. I'm just going to do the box walk, side, close, walk, side, close. If that makes sense, and if you want to try to do a turn on the second time, the second round through, then you'll be able to see and follow along. So again, it's going to be left foot forward when you lead, back, side, close, walk, side, close, walk, side, close. Or if I was doing the follower's part, back, side, close, front, side, close, back, side, close, front, side, close. Same thing either way, you just start on a different foot. Now you know everything you need to know to be able to practice this waltz routine with me. I invite you to do so if you so choose. We're going to be facing that way, starting with the left foot, doing the leader's part first. Have fun. See you soon. So now that we've done this lesson in the waltz, I'm really excited that my friend Anne Fonte just so happens to be in the neighborhood and is going to be my follower as I lead it. Do you mind that, Anne?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, I always let you lead if you want, but